Is the spirit of jealousy a demon or an evil spirit? Or is the spirit of jealousy demonic? Numbers chapter 5 and verse 14 and verse 30. Reading from the English Standard Version. And if the spirit of jealousy comes over him, and he is jealous of his wife, who has defiled herself, or if the spirit of jealousy comes over him, and he is jealous of his wife, though she has not defiled herself. So here we've got the expression spirit of jealousy. What do the other translations say? The New International Version. And if feelings of jealousy come over her husband, and he suspects his wife and she is impure, or if he is jealous and suspects her even though she is not impure. Numbers chapter 5 and verse 14, from many different translations, it shows that the spirit of jealousy by some translators is interpreted as a feeling of jealousy. So other translations interpret this as a feeling of jealousy, nothing supernatural here then. Note also that the words Satan, the devil, evil spirit, fallen angel, or demons are not used here. It's just called a spirit of jealousy, a mental attitude or feelings or emotions of jealousy. So here in this text, the spirit of jealousy is not an angel of Yahweh, it is not a demon or an evil spirit, it's nothing to do with Satan or the devil. So what is meant by the spirit of jealousy? The Hebrew word for spirit, as the basic meaning of which is to breathe heavily when the word is used of the wind, as it is on some occasions, it denotes a strong, powerful wind. In a similar way, the Spirit of God is said to rush suddenly and powerfully on a man. See the book of Judges, chapter 14 and verse 6, the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3 and verse 14, and the book of Acts, chapter 2 and verse 3. The word spirit is used here in Numbers chapter 5 and verse 14 in the sense of an overmastering rush of feelings. Jealousy is a powerful emotion, often stimulated by zeal, and people can find themselves so ruled by it as to find their normal, placid personalities completely changed into the most violent and extreme passions and actions. Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 34 points out about jealousy. For jealousy is the rage of a man, therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. It can cause affection to be replaced by anger towards the one previously loved, for it is hardly likely that a man would experience jealousy in regard to someone of whom he is not fond. The Hebrew and Greek words, which are translated spirit, are both used to designate a frame of mind that causes a person to display a certain attitude, disposition, or emotion, or to take a certain action or course. While that spirit mind within the person is itself invisible, it produces visible effects. This use of the Hebrew and Greek terms rendered spirit and basically related to breath or to air in motion is paralleled to a considerable degree by English expressions. Thus we speak of a person as putting on airs, or of manifesting an air of calmness, or having a bad spirit. We speak of breaking a person's spirit in the sense of discouraging and disheartening him. This use of the Hebrew and Greek terms rendered spirit are basically related to breath or to air in motion. The wind can be paralleled to a considerable degree by English expressions. Thus we speak of a person as putting on airs, or of manifesting an air of calmness, or of having a bad spirit, or being in good spirits today. We speak of breaking a person's spirit in the sense of discouraging and disheartening him. As applying to a group of persons and the shared mindset they have, we may talk of getting into the spirit of an occasion, or we may refer to the mob spirit that infects them, spirit used as a collective noun of a group of people who have the same mind. Metaphorically speaking, we may refer to an atmosphere of discontent, or to winds of change and revolution blowing through a nation. By all of these we refer to the spirit or mind working in persons, moving them to speak and act as they do. In a similar way, we read of Isaac and Rebekah's bitterness of spirit resulting from Esau's marriage to a Hittite woman. See Genesis chapter 26 verses 34 and 35. Reading now from the literal standard version. And they are a bitterness of spirit to Isaac and to Rebekah. Also the sadness of spirit that overwhelmed Ahab, robbing him of his appetite. See 1 Kings chapter 21 and verse 5. King James Version. But Jezebel his wife came to him and said unto him, Why is thy spirit so sad that thou eatest not bread? A spirit of jealousy could move a man to view his wife with suspicion, even to bring charges against her of adultery. Numbers chapter 5 and verses 14 and 30. One of the titles or attributes of Yahweh is that he is jealous. See Exodus chapter 34 and verse 14. It reminds worshippers that he demands their undivided loyalty, and that anything less than that will stimulate the spirit of jealousy as far as he is concerned. See the book of Ezekiel chapter 8 and verse 5. A believer's love. If a believer's love grows cold, see Matthew chapter 24 and verse 21 and Revelation chapter 2 and verse 4. Because of worldly influences, this becomes the cause of jealousy on the part of Yahweh. He clearly detects a lack of the true spirit of love, which should motivate those who have embraced the covenant of faith in Christ. They become indifferent towards him. What is the cause of this lack of affection? Is it not the influence of the world? Does not James teach that friendship with the world is the cause of hostility with God?